taking the word menace to a different level. One black entrepreneur has created a brand aiming to motivate and encourage new artistic creative expressions. This Entrepreneur Sunday on BNC, Menace 57 owner Trent Collins shows us his urban styles will have you serving looks. Plus, he also tells us about his most recent business venture that's sure to help during the pandemic. Joining us now is Trent Collins. Trent, thank you so much for joining us for Entrepreneur Sunday.
Thank you for having me.
So Trent, you now own two businesses. That's a huge deal, but your clothing brand Menace 57 is how you got started. Tell us about your brand and how you came up with the idea and the name behind it.
So Menace 57 actually I created in 2012. I had already been kind of trained in graphic arts through my stepdad. So I just came up with the avenue in which to kind of create shirts to sell, make up different logos and designs. And the name I just came up with because as a kid, as a teenager, my favorite movie was Menace to Society. And I just kind of took it and made it stand for something. So Menace stands for motivate and encourage new artistic creative expressions. And 57 I came up with because I have 5 letters in my first name and 7 letters in my last.
And obviously, I've known you for a really long time. What's the journey been like for you to entrepreneurship? And have you faced any challenges becoming a black business owner?
Oh, most certainly. Definitely a lot of challenges, as you would in any field. It's just basically just kind of trying to navigate your way through and figure out what works for you and what doesn't work, and to make sure that you keep going even though those challenges do come up. Some of the challenges is just basically being consistent. A lot of the time when it comes to clothing and different things that you're doing in entrepreneurship, times slow up to where everything is not moving as fast as you like it to do, but the main key is to be consistent and stay with it.
So your idea behind the designs, what made you come up with this in particular, like that's what you wanted to do?
Just being a fan of fashion and clothing already, as a teenager and in middle school, just always having an eye for it, and just kind of coming up with my own ideas and thinking about things that I would want to wear and things that I would like to see people wearing in my community and just everywhere.
Take me back to the first time where you actually put on something that you had created. How did that feel?
Oh man, it felt good, but it felt really good. But the best feeling is seeing someone else wear it. So just being out and about and seeing someone else, wearing my clothing, or just seeing out about. If I'm scrolling on social media, I may catch somebody in the background with a hoodie on or a shirt on, or just out and about. Or people tell me I saw somebody today that had on a clothing brand. That's the real enjoyment that I get out of it, is seeing other people wear it.
So yeah, we talking about your designs are for everybody, men, women, children, shirts, hoodies, everything, you name it. I mean, I've seen them, they're cute, they got the popping colors and all of that stuff. Describe what you offer.
So basically, my audience, like you said, the range is wide, from kids to women to men. I mean, your grandmother could even wear my clothes. It just kind of just appeals to everyone. One of my biggest ones that I sent you the picture of is the local designer hoodie, and local designer that logo that I've been doing that's been really catchy around Florida and different parts of Florida and even Georgia, and I've seen it all the way up in New York and Vegas. So it's a wide variety of people that I'm touching with those logos and those designs.
What message does that send? I mean, local designer to me says, you know what, you should shop local with your business owners that's right there back at home. What do you think about that?
Most definitely. The stage that we're in right now, especially with everything going on in the world, my biggest thing is to recycle that black dollar. So I definitely, even if it's not just black, just locally, your local shops and mom and pop places, throughout your own community is like the biggest thing that you could do right now.
So Trent, also you're getting ready to open up your own convenience store, 57 Express Mart. We don't see many black-owned mini marts like that. Talk about the store and why you felt there was a need for it.
Yeah, so that came about during the pandemic, while I was working, my corporate job. I had an idea of, man, like it's a lot of different places that are mom and pop places that are getting shut down. So I just really wanted to come up with something that was corona proof, meaning that, even during the pandemic, it would be able to thrive and people would be able to use it. So my idea was to just come up with something convenient for people. If you're coming home from work or if you're at home and you have your kids in the car, you don't want to get them unbuckled to go into a store, a major store. You just need a few items. All you could do is come to my store, 57 Express, which will be opening within the next week or two. And it's a drive-through for toiletries, for household items, anything that you can think of that you would run into at your local Walmart, Dollar General, or any type of store like that. You'll be able to come and shop with me with drive-through service. You don't have to get out. Also, the website 57express.com. You'll be able to order all of your items in advance to where when you come through the drive-through, everything will already be ready for you to go.
That's awesome. Did you face any challenges trying to open up something like that?
Oh yeah, most certainly. It's the same with the clothing brand. It's different obstacles that you're gonna run into trying to open up your own business and carry on that weight. But like I said earlier, it's just to be consistent and to get through those challenges to make it to where you're able to open up and do what you love to do.
Any last advice would you give to any aspiring entrepreneurs like yourself? What would you say to them?
Yeah, most certainly. I would just say continue at it. Everybody has something that they like to do or something that they enjoy doing. I think that's the best way to look at entrepreneurship is doing something that you don't mind doing every day and just kind of putting your thoughts together and putting them on paper and just executing it. Because a lot of people have ideas and things that they would like to try as far as opening businesses and any avenue like that. I say just go for it because you'll never know unless you try. And a lot of people have that concern of is it going to work and all of that. The only way that you'll really know is to get out there and try.
That's right. You got to try it. Well, if you're interested in buying some of the Menace 57 gear, you can check out their website at menace57.com or follow them on social media at Menace57. Well, coming up, find out what former HBCU coach and basketball Hall of Famer is our King of the Hill. Our James Hill is up next with your BNC Sports.